Okay, so now we're going to go on from there and add in a check to see, did they actually, not only is it empty, but did they put in a name? So I'm going to come to after this if statement here. And I'm going to add an else if. So also I want to check another thing. So else if bracket, bracket, semicolon. Again, in here is the condition. Is this true or whatever? And then here it's the instructions. So between the if there, I'm going to say, does it not match up with something? Now, for the people in my class at Lethbridge College, I have given you access to some code snippets. You can copy and paste just before the if statement the var x name expression. Okay, otherwise you can type that in from the video here. So what this is basically saying is, does it contain uppercase letters and lowercase letters and spaces? So in my if statement here, now that I've got that variable created, I'm going to say else if the name doesn't match that expression. So to write that in code version, I'm going to say exclamation mark, and then name, that's that variable, dot match. So match. And then that's parentheses. And then inside of these parentheses, I'm putting this variable name. Okay, so here we're saying, does the name match that expression? And all of that, or rather this, if I just had this bit, it would be, does the name match the expression? With the exclamation point here, it says, does it not match the expression? So here in between these parentheses, I can put, if it doesn't match, so if they've put numbers or something in there, or special characters, what should I do? So between those two parentheses, I'll hit enter again. So anything between here is if it does not match the expression. Now, again, I'm going to take a little shortcut here and copy this and paste it. The only difference is, instead of this message, I'm going to say something like invalid name. Please try again. Okay, so at this point, if I test my page, again, I'm just going to put some random stuff in there because I want to focus on this. So in here, if I put nothing, it says, please enter your name and try again. If I put like a series of numbers, it's going to say invalid name, please try again. So I've got a little bit different of a message for those two things. Okay, so it's either empty, or if it's not, if it is, then it's just going to skip over that and get down to where we're actually sending the email. So I'm going to continue that. Here's my email section. What you might find too is this might become easier to find where things are if you do some long comments. So again, maybe I do something like this and say like name checking. And then anything after this point is my email checking. And then anything after this point is going to be my message checking. So you can, then that just makes it a little easier if you're coming back and forth to find stuff like, oh, where is that stuff? And I also know everything between these comments here has to do with the name checking. For the email checking, again, I've given those in my class, the code snippet on Canvas, so you can just paste that in. Otherwise, you can get it from W3 Schools. And then I do the same thing. Again, to save myself some time, I probably would copy this else if from the name and paste it down here and just update it with our email expression. So does email, the variable email, not match the email expression. And then maybe I say invalid email. Please try again. And I'd want to put the focus on mail, or sorry, form underscore email. Okay, so again, with this now, put something in there, put something in there. If I leave email blank, I see please enter your email, try again. If I just put like something rando in there, it says invalid email. And it's not until I actually type something that it would be error-free. So I've done that. Now with the message, really I only want to check if it's blank because otherwise it can have any mix of letters and numbers and special characters. So there's not really an extra error checking I have to do for a message in particular. Okay, and then in the next video, we'll look how do we send all this information over to a PHP file and get that sent off to my email.